Hello, in this video I'll give a short introduction for the HeatPure tool, which was developed in the Fraunhofer Institute for Solar Energy Systems within the EU-funded BINFOREM project. The HeatPure tool provides a quick and user-friendly application for assessing the integration of a heat pump in an existing building, and it does so by simulating a system as the one shown here. Here on the right side we have the demand side consisting of the space heating demand and the domestic hot water demand. The HeatPure tool will simulate the system to provide the energy needed here. This system consists of a heat pump and an auxiliary heater, and together they provide energy for the space heating storage and for the domestic hot water storage. HeatPure simulates also two different heat sources for the heat pump, air source and ground source, also known as brine, and two different auxiliary heaters, an electrical heater and a gas boiler. To simulate, the user must input data about the heat load and heat demand of this house. In this case, we're going to use a building example. We're going to use a medium multifamily building located in Potsdam, Germany. And when we select this example building, the tool will already upload all the input data related to the energy demand of the building needed for the simulation. For example, a time series of the outdoor ambient temperature and the space heat load for every hour of a whole year. Also, information about the heat pump is needed. For example, the maximum temperature of the heat pump, the equivalent temperature of the heat pump, and the portion of the heat load covered by the heat pump at the equivalent point. The domestic hot water set point will be 60 degrees in this case, and we're gonna say that no domestic hot water circulation system exists. For last, parameters for the economical and ecological aspects has to be introduced. For example, the energy prices for gas and electricity, and also the specific CO2 equivalent emissions for gas and electricity. The values given here, in this case, refer to Germany in the year of 2020. Three different heating control modes are available for the HeatPure tool. The standard one, where it maximizes the usage of the heat pump, and two different minimization cases, one for the CO2 and one minimizes the cost. So we're going to choose now the minimization of cost, and we're going to submit to start simulation. The simulation takes normally between 15 and 50 seconds depending on the building size. So here we have the solutions. For example, the annual energy cost for 5 different systems. Here on the left side we have the reference system where only gas boiler provides energy for the whole building, and then 4 combinations of heat pumps with different heat sources, for example air or brine, combined with different auxiliary heaters, the electrical heater or the gas boiler as auxiliary heaters. We can see here that the combination of brine heat pump and gas boiler has returned the lowest annual energy costs. Here on the right side we can see then this a similar solution but for the CO2 emissions. Here we see the energy flow diagram. We can choose again to see the brine heat pump with a gas boiler solution. Here you can see the heat load versus the outdoor air temperature, depending if you have an air heat pump or a brine heat pump. And for last, we have the dimension results. So we can see here how many liters every tank must have, and also what are the rated power that the heat pumps and auxiliary heaters must have for every scenario. Thank you very much. This was a short introduction for the HeatPure tool.